felt like people are dancing on our graves. People in fancy dresses, like black, of course, posing and living it up on the red carpet, and the black, stupid clothes that the stupid men wore. It's a lie, and I knew they were going to trot the activists out there for PR.
It was one of the most important nights of the Me Too movement. Hollywood's biggest stars wearing black at the Golden Globes to rail against the system that allegedly allowed sexual misconduct to fester for decades.
Hey, look at me!
Rose McGowan was the raven-haired, plump-lipped ingenue that became Hollywood's it girl in the late 90s. She came to notoriety for her seductive pinup girl looks, salacious romance with Marilyn Manson, and risque media stunts that landed her the title of both sex symbol and wild child. The actress had an atypical upbringing. Born into a sect of the Children of God cult headed up by her father that enforced a mixture of ideologies from free love to the second coming of Christ.
She was born in Italy and raised in what many call a cult, the Children of God. She eventually left the group for the U.S., where she says she bounced from one broken home to the other.
You ended up running away?
Yes.
Homeless on the streets. What was that like?
Hungry, and where I was very cold, very wet. It was tough.
What motivated you to become an actress?
I had nowhere to live.
You were doing it to get
money.
And food.
It was mercenary. It was completely mercenary.
But at the age of 15, she officially emancipated herself from her parents and pursued an acting career. She has appeared in acclaimed films by Brian De Palma, Robert Rodriguez, and Quentin Tarantino, with cult hits like Jawbreaker, Scream, and Planet Terror. But after a near-fatal car accident in 2007, Rose took a hiatus from Hollywood. Now she's back in the role of director, and she's putting the movie industry on blast, calling out the rampant sexism she experienced as an actress.
Every time I'm on a plane, I actually sit and fantasize about my power.
Yes.
That's how sad it is.
I would like
it would
to
be the
orb.
Best. I want to orb all the time.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we'll orb after the show.
We'll talk about breasts and orb, Andy.
I know. You'll show me how to play. You'll show me how to play with boobs, and then we'll orb.
You're willing to let Leo rot? Is that what you're saying?
No, but
Help us. Help him? That's it. I knew you would say I'd help.
My life changed. I thought my life was getting easier.
It was January 1997, the Sundance Film Festival. By this point in her young career, the 23-year-old actress, known as an indie darling,
I think sometimes the city is sucking away at my soul.
had garnered praise for leading roles in films like The Doom Generation.
Oh, you want to play Psycho Killer?
Then she catapulted to mainstream success with Scream.
Every time I thought about those black dresses, I would get a body flashback. Every time. Even right now.
What do you mean by a body flashback?
I can feel them there.
The him she's speaking about is Harvey Weinstein.
This is an international rapist, okay? This is the truth of what it is. This is an international rape factory. Every single place he ever stayed, there were people there set up to help him rape. This is how it went. This is what it was. People, women, girls would be said, oh, you have a meeting or come to a party. They would show up and that party is just him. Who got them there? Who are the assistants?
You're saying there was a machinery.
So I'm saying there's a massive machinery. He is a sociopathic predator. He thinks he's done nothing wrong. I wish just one person would have stood up and said no more. Because so many people had so many chances to put a stop to this.
Now McGowan herself is saying no more.
And I know and I understand it more. I was a kid that was thrown into the wilderness. And then, you know, I turned into a girl with breasts, and then it was very loud, and then all of a sudden I got famous, and people running after you, and you're like, what the fuck? Whoa.
Do you feel more empowered now as a director to sort of confront some of the gnarlier and like grosser aspects of Hollywood?
I mean, there are gnarly and gross things about Hollywood that, you know, that I've experienced that rise to the level of criminality.
It's at Sundance that she encounters Weinstein, then head of Miramax. She knows he's just a few seats away in the screening of Going All the Way during her topless scene.
Well, sexual.
She says it was deeply embarrassing.
Just go away.
I slid down in the chair. I was pretty mortified.
And why did you slide down in your seat?
Because I felt the man watching me.
The studio head.
It felt really exposed. It was like an appetizer, I suppose, right?
Going back to your thing of like being hypersexualized from a young age, like
Very young age.
I remember the VMAs and the red carpet, you and Marilyn Manson. Well, that was like an incredibly sort of galvanizing moment in terms of like you being like the alt babe that like got dudes hard, but they were sort of scared also.
I specialize in scaring.
Yeah, totally.
I scare because I care.
But how do you feel when you look back at that moment?
Well, you know, they tried to shame me a lot.
The morning after the screening, McGowan says her then manager, Jill Messick, set up a business meeting for her and Weinstein at the restaurant in his hotel. McGowan says he moved the meeting to his palatial suite.
What were your thoughts going in?
My thought actually was just really like, oh, he'll realize I'm not like other actresses, that I actually have a brain. And that was my goal of the meeting.
To impress him with your mind.
Or just be me, really, I guess.
Did you say Drew?
No. Action.
Hello. Oh my God. Oh wait, I don't. Wait. Huh?
What was the emotional impact on you of what happened in that hotel room?
I would have night terrors. I would sweat through to the mattress and inch down into the mattress. I would wake up screaming. This went on for years.
I just peed on myself. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
McGowan says after the alleged Weinstein incident, she met with a criminal attorney about pressing charges, but she was talked out of it.
She told me, you're an actress. You did a sex scene. You're done. You'll never win. And she was right. She was not wrong. That was my reaction. I'm going to have to do this a different way.
She reached a settlement with Weinstein for $100,000 in August of 1997. A copy of it was posted here on The New Yorker. In exchange, she would not pursue legal action against him.
I didn't take money for what happened to me. I took money because it's my only way of saying, literally my only way of saying, I did not like this. I did not want this. This was not consensual. Get off me. No. Stand back. That was it. This was my only recourse. And in my child's brain, I thought $100,000 was a lot of money.
She says that settlement did not include a confidentiality agreement.
Were there times during the 20 years where you thought, I'm going to break my silence, I'm going to come forward?
Nope.
Why?
People were too stupid. The language in media was not anywhere close to where it needed to be.
Because what happened to me behind the scenes happens to all of us in this society, and that cannot stand, and it will not stand.
But it sounded very, very, very assaulty.
I don't have to be cool. I don't have to fucking be anything. I can be whatever I want to be. Suck it.
Can you talk about what that was?
Well, the Adam Sandler tweet was, you know, again, it was just something funny coming from a casting office that somehow the script made its way to me and through my then agency. And it had this ridiculous cover letter.
What did it say?
It encouraged tight clothes and like show cleavage, parentheses, push-up bras encouraged. And, you know, like tight pants. And you're like... So I tweeted it, and it was just so inane. And then, you know, a week later, I got fired by my agency for it. But it was really my thought of how many hands this passed through to get to me.
Right.
And probably a girl had to type it up, and that felt normal for her to do.
Right.
And that's the part that made me like, come on, man.
Right.
Come on. And Adam Sandler had nothing to do with it, except for his whole oof. But
right, his entire work. Yeah.
His entire body
work. Yeah, totally.
But
this is like watching the British version of The Office. Like, it's funny, but awkward and sad at the same time.
Yes.
you know, and it's not about attacking, it's about attacking the idea that that's okay. You know, I read the magazines like Variety and Hollywood Reporter and things, and the language is so archaic. you know, describing a woman who made $1 billion for Disney, like, she wears a tight pencil skirt and a button-down shirt walking into the meeting. I'm like, really? So the next interview on the next page with so-and-so guy, studio head, are you, like, his trousers were perfectly tailored. No, it's just stupid little things like that, but it like, and I had a long night of thinking, and I was like, oh my God, I hate acting. Oh my God, I've always hated acting. But not the act of acting, per se.
The films and...
I was just in the wrong job. It's not dramatic, and I happen to be good at that job. And maybe I'll do it again. I don't know. It's just not. And people are like, but you're so good, you have to do it. No, I don't. And just because it's everybody else's dream doesn't mean it has to be mine.
What made you come back to Hollywood?
I just, you know, it's on my terms, and it's different.
So have I. We're the same. My point was we are the same. There's an entire show called ID Channel, a network dedicated 24 hours a day to women getting abused, murdered, sexualized, and violated. And you are too, sister. It's the same.
Violence, and you do nothing for them. Trans women are in men's prisons. And what have you done for them?
What have you done for women?
Lots of things.
I've done lots of things too. You don't know my life. Don't sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Enough. Get lost.
I am a woman and trans women.
Congratulations. So am I.
Genocide. This is the AIDS crisis all over again. And this is white, cis, feminist.
Shut up. You're so boring.
White, cis, feminist.
Don't label me, sister. Don't put your labels on me. Don't you fucking do that.
Don't worry about her.
Do not put your label on me. I don't come from your planet. Leave me alone. I do not subscribe to your rules. I do not subscribe to your language. You do not put labels on me or anybody. Step the fuck back. What I do is for the fucking world, and you should be fucking grateful. So shut the fuck up. Get off my back. What have you done? And I know what I've done. God damn it.
We're so grateful.
We love you. Beautiful.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried. I'm fucking mad at the lies. I'm mad at the stereotypes. I'm mad that you put shit on me because I have a fucking vagina and I'm white or I'm black or I'm yellow or I'm purple. Fuck off. All of us want to say it. I just do.
Do you do drugs? Because like
I
sometimes
smoke weed.
Because
Well, I don't
sometimes
smoke it.
talking
I
to you
drink
is
a
like.
tea.
Well, I was gonna say like sometimes talking to you is like doing shrooms or something.
I've had a lot of time to think. I had 15 years of silence.
Do you want to commit the rest of your like Hollywood life to directing?
As opposed to acting?
As opposed to, I don't know, being a studio head or like something.
I know I could do that too, but I would rather actually become the governor of California because we have some serious problems that need to be addressed.
Dude. Yeah.